Welcome to Vintage Gaming Memories. Shall we play a game?
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to showcase the second item that's in this box. I already made a video on the first item, which was titled 1980 Tomitronic Slimline Speedway. If you haven't seen it yet, be sure to check it out. It's a really great 5-in-1 racing game that you also get to see how I fixed the pressure damage on the LCD screen. Back to what's in this box. All I'll say is what's in this box is pretty rare and unique. I'll let you be the judge. So let's check it out. Well, here it is. This is a 1981 Omni Voicemaster talking digital watch. It's considered to be pretty rare if it's actually in working condition and you have a box just like this one. Well, we have the box, but does it work? A little back history on watches. I've never really been a watch collector until I started this channel. Just like many of you, I have nice watches for going out and, special occasions, as well as my daily watch I would wear. But these vintage watches, or these watches that are game themed, they just became a passion after I got my hands on the Seiko TV watch, otherwise known as the James Bond watch. I need to do a video on that one. It's a really cool looking watch and it works and it's in really great condition. Now the other ones I have are the Timex T80 Pac-Man watch, the Atari 50th Anniversary watch by JK5, and the Atari Nubeo Limited Edition Asteroids watch. So when I had an opportunity to get a talking digital watch from 1981 like this, how could I resist? Let's just see what's inside, because the case is just the case, right? Maybe it's nothing in there. Well, we got a lot of packing. And that time is not accurate, but it is working. It's very light. Surprised. I thought it would be heavier. Have some of the basic instructions manual and reference guide. Omni Voicemaster, 3-in-1 talking timepiece, the watch that speaks for itself. So the seller, who I happened to meet on my Facebook group that we both belong to, had tested this and said it worked. It was part of his own personal collection, so I'm happy to now take on this to have it in my collection. He said it did work. So let's just try it right away. Let me press the button and see if it says something. It does. Let me do it again in case you didn't catch that. It talks and it works. So let's do this. I'm going to wipe it down. I mean, it's not like much to clean, but I want to clean the box though too. Then I'm going to go look over the instructions a little bit, and then I'll come right back and then show you some of the cool features. All right, check this out. Everything has been cleaned and not really polished. Well, I guess you could say I polished, but I really did more of a buff on the display of the watch. I used a microfiber cloth and just buffed it a little bit to get it nice and clean and no scratches on it. The band I did clean, came out great. The back of the watch, you could see no scratches. That looks awesome as well. The sides, the face, and we already know it works, but let's just do it again. So that is a big plus. It's an awesome watch that works, and I'm really happy about that. I should have mentioned the company behind this watch. It was distributed by Personal Electronics Inc., and they had the trademark to the name Omni that was filed back on July 28th, 1980. And then, as you can see here, it eventually ended on April 7th, 1989. pretty interesting to see that the company Personal Electronic Inc. held a number of other trademarks that were related to watches as well. Now, the box, I did clean it, and check out the difference. It came out to be a lot brighter than it was before I cleaned it. But what's even more amazing than the color that it changed after I just cleaned it was what was inside here. If you remember, this box had 2 compartments that were still open because it was missing these other accessories to make this a real 3-in-1 watch. It was really a 1-in-1 watch because just the watch. There was 2 other pieces that would have came with this if it was a complete set, and I didn't have it, which is fine. But after I cleaned this and went through all the crevices and everything else, I found something really cool. Let me show you. Check that out. We have paperwork. Oh, what is that? A box and paperwork? All right, I know it's not April 1st, but let me explain what happened here. This case and everything you see in there did not come with that watch. Long story short, when I was cleaning the watch and the case, I had time to do some research because I needed to get more information about this watch. And I have my alerts still set up in eBay because I don't turn them off after I get the item. Sometimes you never know that you might have to go back and buy another one because the item you purchased is damaged or maybe it's missing some things. Hint, hint. So that's what I had still on. And the alert actually alerted me as I was reading online. It alerted that there was another auction for a complete set of this Omni Voicemaster watch. That's pretty crazy because you don't really see this. Well, I mean, you see the watch, maybe 1 or 2 of them here and there that's not working or maybe not tested just by itself. But to see it in a complete set, that's pretty crazy. And I already just purchased one previously, like a week ago. And now to see, well, actually it was a little bit longer than a week ago. But then to see another one available. So it didn't take me more than a second to figure out what to do. I mean, it wasn't an auction that I had to go against other bidders. It just was a buy it now or make an offer. I made an offer. Seller accepted. 2 days later, this came in my mailbox, and here we go. Now, the one thing about it, it did come with a watch. The watch was not tested, so that was the big unknown. So when I got the watch, put some batteries in it, and what do you know? It works. So I have 2 of these now. Only thing about this one is that it has a small scratch on its back. But that's it. I mean, everything else is great. So what I'm going to end up doing is I will use that watch that came with the first purchase and use the box from the second purchase. And then I'll put the watch from the second purchase and put it in the box from the first purchase. Because that one had a couple things, or a few things in there. It had the manual and had this little, what is it, it's like a little guide, a quick reference guide. But I have all that here, and actually it's in better condition in the second purchase. So I'm going to just keep this first box with the second watch. And you know, I should mention that I'm not one of those people who hoard collectibles. And you know the ones. You've seen them out there. You know, they're the ones that get the opportunity to get something that's really rare or unique. And then somehow later in time, they come across that same type of item. But instead of letting someone else enjoy the chance of owning it, they instead continue to snatch them up until they have a collection of their own. Now, for me, I just can't do that. 1, it doesn't make sense. And 2, I just probably don't have enough room for any of that stuff. So this is definitely going to be the last Omni Voicemaster watch that I'll own. So I don't know what I'm going to do with the second one. I might just, I don't know, maybe I'll use it as an everyday watch. But I doubt that. Back to this watch and box and all the other accessories that came with it. Let's talk a little bit about it. And I mentioned the 3-in-1 because these 2 things here are so important to make this a complete set. You can tell what they are right off the bat. Check it out. One is a keychain and travel pouch accessory, and the other one is a watch stand accessory. And you wonder, are they actually in the box? Well, you'll be amazed. This is like brand new. As I open it up, take a look. It's like it's never been out of the box. Here's the pouch. You would put the watch inside there. You take the band off of it, slide it in there, and then you have a little keychain. I mean, this has definitely never been opened. It does have a little cover in front there, so it protects the display of the watch as well. I think there's instructions. Yep, there's instructions in here too. And that's how it would look. So how cool is that, huh? You got the full set and with instructions, and it looks like it's never been used. Now the other box is the watch stand and accessory. This is pretty funny because I was reading the instructions about it and I was like, oh, I wish I had it. Well, now I have it. And the use of it is what was funny. So here it is. It comes with instructions. So here's the instructions. And what is pretty funny about it, because if you look at the stand, you know, you could slide it right in there once you take the watch and remove the band around it. But that would be great for a stand to use maybe on your desk. But it also advertises that this watch can be used in your car. Let's see if I can show you that. Right here. You can find a set of Velcro fasteners, and then you use that to attach the watch stand to a car or the dashboard or other surface. So on the back side of this, you would use the Velcro that came with it. So this is the Velcro that was in the box. So you just put it on there, peel off the back side, and then there you go. You can have this in your car and have the watch sitting in there. Pretty crazy. Definitely not going to do that. So that is the accessories to make this a 3-in-1 set, I guess you can call it. And I am not going to use any of those two. Actually, I'm going to probably just put it back in this watch holder. And look at this too. There's even the original elastic band that would secure the watch holder loop in place. This thing right here holds the watch in place so that way it doesn't move. So that is pretty neat. So I'm going to actually put everything back in there, make it look like one complete set, and leave it as is. So let's talk a little bit about all the other pieces of paper that came with this full set. Now the manual was what I was reading, and it has really good information in here. It was laid out nicely, a lot of visuals in here. This is going to be really easy to explain, which I'll get into in a second. There's also this informational card about removing and replacing the bracelet, how to do that, which is nice to know. We have the limited warranty. And this is going out of Santa Fe Springs, California. Then we have a notice card here, one-sided. And this is about inspecting it and making sure the battery is going to last long. Certain things to keep in mind when you're not using it. And if you hear any particular noises coming from the speaker, or if it's dimming or blinking on the display. And then we have the quick reference guide, which is really nice. Actually, it's got 6 things on here. You've got normal mode, timer, alarm on, chime on, time set, and alarm set. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that now. So let's take a look at the watch. And let me just kind of tell you one thing I noticed that I'm not complaining about, but this watch does not have a calendar. It's not a smartwatch, so I'm not expecting a lot, but I thought it might have maybe the date, like the month and day, but it doesn't have that. What you do have is the time, which talks. You have a timer, You have an alarm. You have a chime, which will chime on the hour and half hour, chiming by speaking, not just a sound. I think that pretty much covers all the key features. It's pretty simple. You have your buttons here on the side, one to change the hour, one to change the minutes. The other button on the other side is to set it. And then, of course, the one on the face of it is for it to speak. Then you have a couple sliders in front. The one on the right, I have it set right now on off, but you can go to alarm, off, or chime. So obviously if it's on the alarm, then it's going to go off when the alarm is set. And if it's on chime, it'll chime on the hour and half hour. And then on the left here, it has options for time set, alarm set, normal, and timer. So going all the way to the far left, that is for time set. And then I can go for the alarm set. And you'll see it's at set at 1:55. Go to normal, which is the current time, which is where you want to leave it if you're not going to do anything else. And then to the far right is the timer. It starts at 0. To begin the timer, all you have to do is hit the speak button. So every 5 minutes it's going to actually announce 5 minutes has elapsed and so on. But that's how that works. Hit it again, it tells you how much time has elapsed. We'll get out of that mode. Let's go to the time. Let's go to alarm. So I'm going to set the alarm for, let's see, it's at 10:19 right now it shows. So let's set it for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It goes by 1 hour like that, but if I hold it down, 11, 12 p.m. 1, 2, you can do that. It goes a little bit slower, but why would you? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we'll go 10, let's see, 10:21. Now, if you hold it down for the minutes, it actually jumps by 10 minutes each time. 15, 6, 0, 10. See? 20. So 20, what did I say, 21? 21. All right, I'll hit the set button on the left. 10:21 p.m. And I'll have this set to alarm. 10:21 p.m. And we have 17 seconds to go. 15, 13. And let's just hear what happens. I'll put this in normal mode. It's now 10:21 p.m. Love to wake up to that, wouldn't you? So that is the watch. Now, if I'm done with that alarm, I will just put this back to off, so it won't go off again tomorrow at this time. As I was reading the instruction manual, it mentions a little bit about how that sound of the voice comes through. It says that the voice master is not a tape player. A human voice is simulated using a new technology called voice synthesis. And it says that 3 ICs, or integrated circuits, store the voice wavelength code and release it back through the mini speaker whenever the Time Master talks. So that was probably cutting edge back in 1981. Also, another thing about the timer on there, it's the timer when you kick it off, you'd think it goes on forever. Well, there's a limit. It goes up to 9 hours and 59 minutes, and it's going to announce it every 5 minutes up to 1 hour. So that I won't try, but I am sure it works, and that's a cool little feature, I guess. Instead of like a stopwatch, that would be what you'd use instead. Attention, please. It's now 10:32 p.m. Please hurry. So I wanted to show you something here that was pretty cool. After you go ahead and set the alarm and you don't action on it, you just let it go through, it has like its own snooze built-in feature on there. After 5 minutes, it gives you that message about please hurry, and it tells you the time. It's going to do that again at 10 minutes after initial alarm, and I think that will be it. So it gives you two reminders that, hey, you're late. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot to show you guys one more thing. It also came with this, which is like the outer box that you would slide the case inside of to protect it. So it really is a complete set now. Now, the other thing I noticed, besides not having a calendar on this watch, which is probably asking for a lot, it would have been nice to maybe have a feature to push down to get some light, some backlighting or something. Because I was looking at this watch in a little bit of a darker room and it was hard to see. But then it just came to me, I'm like, you know what? This watch takes 4 393 size batteries already, and it already gives you warning about having it set in certain modes so you don't go through the battery and drain it quickly. Because that speech part of it all takes a lot of juice, I'm sure. So just imagine having that and a light feature. I'm sure that wouldn't really work too well. You'd be changing batteries quite often. Take that off the list, I guess. And, it serves its purpose. It's really trying to showcase how a cool looking watch back in 1981 could be used as a nice futuristic voice speaking watch. And not only can you hear it do that on your wrist, but you can also put it on a keychain and have it as a travel pouch and walk around with it like that, or put it on your nightstand, or put it on your desk and have it there to look at and admire, or use it in your car with some Velcro and just stick it on your dashboard. So I think that's pretty neat. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Is this a pretty cool looking watch? Have you seen this before? Do you want to get one of these? Trying to find one in a complete set might be kind of hard, but then again, who am I to say that? Because look, I got two of them, almost two that are in a complete set. So you never know. That's about it for this video. This is the 1981 Omni Voicemaster 3-in-1 talking timepiece. And as its slogan says inside the box, it's the watch that speaks for itself.
It's now 1:55 a.m.
Thanks again for watching. No pun intended. And remember, keep your gaming passion from the past alive by living it today. Take care, everyone.